Ian Bexty, formerly from Rebel News, and Andrew Lawton of True North are both smearing Maxime Bernier right before this very important by-election in Portage Lisgar, Manitoba. And these smears are the exact same attacks that the Conservative Party of Canada is using against Maxime Bernier. It's almost like they're working together, or it's coordinated or something weird. And what's this smear that they're using? Maxime Bernier went to a World Economic Forum meeting 15 years ago. They're bringing up something from 15 years ago and calling it news and saying, oh, this has nothing to do with hurting the chances of Maxime Bernier's election next week. No, this is just us asking questions. This is so disingenuous and subversive, and you hate to see it from people like True North and Ian Bexty, who you would think is like someone who actually wants to oppose globalism and not just help a bunch more establishment globalist conservative politicians get into the House of Commons. If Andrew Lawton and Ian Bexty or any other alternative conservative news source was serious, they would be holding Pierre Poilievre's feet to the fire along with all these other conservative politicians. For example, Pierre Poilievre says he's going to fight the woke. Meanwhile, look at all these conservative MPs completely embracing transgenderism. Do you think these people oppose the gender ideology being taught to kids? No. In fact, they have actually helped pass through a bill, Bill C-4, which essentially criminalizes parents who disagree with giving a sex change to a child. This is the Conservative Party approving of this legislation. So why isn't Ian Bexty or True North or even Rebel News covering this cowardice, this obvious moral cowardice from the Conservative Party of Canada? These alternative conservative platforms love to talk about the gender ideology and post all these news articles talking about it, fighting the woke, updating us on vaccine injuries and the World Economic Forum and the United Nations Sustainable Development Agenda. Then they will passively endorse and promote someone like Pierre Poilievre, who is still pushing this stuff. Because somebody needs to call out this Conservative Party and their hypocrisy, their cowardice, and their subversion. We have Pierre Poilievre trying to disavow the World Economic Forum and say we want nothing to do with them. And then we have Aaron O'Toole saying this last week in the House of Commons on the Conservative bench.
Today, too often, we're allowing conspiracy theories about the UN or the World Economic Forum go unchallenged.
This is a sitting Conservative MP endorsing the World Economic Forum and saying, don't make conspiracies about them, we love those guys. And then the Conservative Party is turning around and saying, don't vote for Max because he had a meeting with the World Economic Forum 15 years ago. These people don't make any sense. Who is going to hold this Conservative Party accountable? The answer is Maxime Bernier. We need him back in the House of Commons because, unfortunately, True North and Ian Bexty are acting like the CBC, where they'd rather pick on Max, the little guy, than hold those in public office accountable.